It's another day. It's another opportunity to have coffee. Well, 3, 2, 1. Good morning, everyone. Welcome. Today is Tuesday, March 17th. It's St. Patrick's Day, 2020. My name is Jeremy, and this is my first cup of coffee. Things are getting crazy. You already knew that. Here in Vermont, we're closing bars and restaurants at 2 p.m. today, which impacts the way I work. I tend to work from a lot of coffee shops. I have to work with restaurants. I have a lot of friends who work at restaurants. Not gonna lie, I'm worried. But instead of sitting here and telling you all the reasons I'm worried and giving you reasons to feel negative or cynical or just sad, I'm not gonna do that. If you want that, there are a lot of TV shows you can watch. There's tons of radio programming. There are podcasts. First Cup and Whistlekick are about staying positive, and that's what we're gonna do. Not because we ignore what's going on out there, not because that it's going on, but because that's not our role. Just because the world is buying up all the toilet paper doesn't mean that the companies making salsa start making toilet paper. Okay. I got my coffee, and I got you watching. It's another day. We do what we can with what we have, where we're at. And what did I do yesterday? Yesterday, I was on site with a client, helping them as much as I can. I had a number of phone calls related to whistlekick and some of the things that we're trying to do to help what's going on right now. Because we can all do something. Doesn't mean that you have to do big stuff. It doesn't mean that you have to be a doctor or... Man, there's a lot of cat hair on my beard. Keep finding it. Cat. I'm gonna have to shave. It doesn't mean that you can't do stuff. Doesn't mean you can't help on a small level, a local level. One person. It all matters. And not just in the midst of a global pandemic, but every day. I've canceled a couple things for today, rescheduled some others. It's gonna be dicey the next few days, next couple of weeks. Just seeing what's going on. My expectation is that everything is going to be ordered to be closed. If you are a martial arts school, I hope that you are preparing videos and figuring out how you're going to video things. My current recommendation to my clients is that don't let people think, how do I want to put this? Give them too much. Give them options. Give them choice. Make them feel like you are going above and beyond for them, and they are that much less likely to pull their membership. Yeah, I think that's all I'm going to say on that. What's going on today? I'm getting my windshield replaced in the cursed vehicle. Then what? I'm going to try to get to the gym. Today might be the last day I can go to the gym. So I'm going to go have a good workout. I have one interview this afternoon, and that's it. So the rest of the time, I'm trying to catch up on the incredible amount of work. Through my consulting, I've got clients who are dealing with all the working from home stuff. I've got a laptop right here that I have to set up ASAP and deliver. Everybody wants to talk about the messaging around this, how to handle this. So I've been really busy. Worked last night until I just couldn't anymore. Crashed. And I'm up again today. We're all going to get through this. I have no doubt of that. That doesn't concern me. But it's going to take some work for us to get through this. Right? And I'm trying to take care of myself through that process. All right, let's look at questions and comments. Remember, if you want to ask something, if you want to say something, drop it below. I'll answer it tomorrow. I'm nodding to my tablet. If you're new, you may not know. I was nodding to the tablet. The tablet where I read the comments and questions. And today we got 3 more coming in from Frank. Shout out and thank you as always to Frank for his help and support, for being part of this community. And he says, today I wanted to find 3 quotes that are apropos to what is going on right now. And all 3 are from Helen Keller. Even if you have a problem, you don't need to be one. That is such a great quote. Even if you have a problem, you don't need to be one. How many people do we know and do we experience that when things start becoming problematic, they make it worse or they take it out on others? That's not what we need, ever. There was a moment on Sunday, and I remember this moment very vividly because I had to talk myself down, where I was at Costco, and I'm going up and down the aisles like I always do, even though I only needed a couple things. I try to go up and down the aisles because it's an opportunity to move. It takes a few minutes. Maybe there's something new. Maybe I see somebody I know. I like going to Costco. And I'm at the end of the aisle. I'm trying to turn right, as you normally would. And a guy stops his cart perpendicular right in front of me. And then walks around me, pretty much tried to walk through me and my cart to get to what he wanted to look at. And I'm sitting there like, seriously? You're that unaware of my existence. And he was with a woman who stood there on her phone watching the whole thing. And she stood in such a way that she was blocking my way forward even more. And I thought about saying something. I thought about not like picking a fight, but just saying, hey, what about me? That's really disrespectful, the way that you just left your car. But I didn't. Maybe if things were less tense right now, I would have to say, hey, you don't have to be like, but people are tense, and who knows where this person was at. And the last thing that I needed was to get into a confrontation at Costco. In that moment, I had a problem. Not a big one, about as small as you get. I had to go around somebody. But I took a moment to make sure that I didn't become a problem and create a problem. We all have that responsibility and opportunity. And it's really easy to lash out, especially the people around us, the ones that love us, the ones that we know aren't going anywhere. And I think most of us have been on the receiving end of that. We know how terrible that feels. So you don't have to do it. Try not to do it. Happiness is like the mountain summit. It is sometimes hidden by clouds, but we know it is there. I find that quote a little ironic given who it's coming from, and I don't mean that in any kind of sarcastic or mean way. For Helen Keller to be so poignant, so articulate in her thoughts, given that she couldn't see or hear, is fascinating to me. And as someone who likes to hike, someone who likes to be outside and see the world from the top of a mountain, I appreciate that. And whether we're thinking about our training or anything else, sometimes the goal is obscured. Sometimes we don't see it clearly. But if you're on the path, if you keep moving forward, you get there. Sometimes you have to walk through the clouds. Sometimes you can't even see where you're going, and you have to trust yourself and trust the work that you've done, or simply have faith. But you get there. Sometimes you stumble, but you get there. But that key is knowing the destination. We talked about that yesterday. What's the goal? Where are you headed? It snowed last night, which surprised me. I didn't know it was supposed to snow. Not much, just dusting, just enough to cover the ground. Last one today. The things you do today that you don't have to do will determine who, what, and where you will be when it is too late to do anything about the things you should have done. Let me say that one more time. The things you do today that you don't have to do will determine who, what, and where you will be when it is too late to do anything about the things you should have done. We all have the same 24 hours. We choose how to spend most of those hours. If there are important things, you'll do them. If you don't do them, they're not important to you. Consider your priorities. Let your actions and your time reflect your priorities. If you say you don't have time for something, recognize that what you're saying is it's not as important as the things that you are doing. If you say you don't have time to train and you spend 2 hours a night watching TV, well, you do have time to train. You're choosing something else. Now, I'm not here to judge how you spend your time. I spend enough time judging how I spend my own time. But you should be judging your own time, your own priorities. How do you attack the day? I've been spending a lot more time sleeping lately because I have been working harder. I have been stressed. I have been dealing with what's going on. I've been trying to, oh, it's still snowing. I've been trying to keep my immune system up. All of these things are important to me, so I sleep more. Are there other things I want to do? Yes. Are there other things I could do? Yes. Are there other things that some people might look at my life and say, isn't this more important than that? Sure. Everybody's going to draw their time. Everyone's going to spend their time a little differently. Congested. But you got to spend it the way that makes the most sense to you. All right, here we go. Tuesday. If anybody out there needs anything, I want you to reach out. It is unlikely I'm going to be able to help you in any kind of physical way, but if you're looking for a chat, some reassurance, if you want to bounce some questions off me, I'm here. One of the nice things about this community, this First Cup community not being 50,000 people, is that if all of you needed something, I could make the time, and I would. So don't be afraid to reach out. Now, if you have questions or comments that you want me to answer tomorrow, don't be afraid to drop those below. In fact, please do. If we're all going to start spending more and more time inside, let's do what we can to make that more positive. And so the more comments, the more feedback, the more questions from all of you, the more entertaining this show is for me and for everyone watching. If you want to support what we're doing, maybe shop online, you can go to whistlekick.com, use the code FIRSTCUP15. And if you want even more stuff, I should be able to do this today, finally. Been delaying doing a video. Patreon.com/whistlekick. Extra blog posts and photos and videos and audios. Why is it photos and videos, but not audios? That's interesting. I just realized that. I don't have an answer. All right. Remember, we do the show every weekday morning, 6:30 a.m. Eastern, here on YouTube. Catch it later, firstcupwithjeremy.com, or in your podcast feed. Ask questions, leave comments, subscribe, turn on notifications. Stay safe, be smart. I'll see you back here tomorrow. Take care. Peace.